Howdy, hey, hello, it's McKenna, and welcome to day 4 of our Passion Week that we are following along. As always, just so you guys know, I am following or reading through Heidi Anderson's Passion Week devotional leading up to Easter. I will link it below in case you would like to follow along. It's never too late. There's just so much in there, and I don't want you guys to miss any of this. Today, you guys, I am feeling it. I am feeling very emotional. What we're going to go over today has just touched my heart even more. I record this the day before. So something happened today that just, sent me through the loop. And I have just been feeling down, and I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to go through the kind of what we're talking about in the devotional today. So if anyone else is out there feeling it today, if you're in Utah, it's been snowing again in April. Here we are, and it's going to keep snowing through the night. So pretty sure that's already thrown the mood off. We are going to start in Mark 14. We are actually headed to the Passover. Before you read this, I would recommend just maybe going through John 11. Lazarus' death and resurrection is in that chapter. And why I would say go and read that before is because in Mark 14, we're actually going to be dealing with Mary, Lazarus' sister. It was just, that's something I did this morning. It was I liked being able to go look at what happened and all that to where we are now, because it's going to kind of set up the scene even more for Mary. Okay, so the overall presence of the devotional today is Jesus changes everything. And oh boy, is that true. So as we start out in Mark 14, we are going to see that the disciples and Lazarus, I don't know why I always say his name Lazarus. Is that how you say it? It's Lazarus. Oh my goodness. We're just going to move on. He's there. His sisters are there. All the close people are coming together to celebrate Passover. Mary finds out, Jesus is coming. She wants to present the best of the best for him because of what he just did for her brother. She wanted to show and express her unending gratitude and give him the best of the best. So, verse 3, and being in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came a woman having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious, and she brake the box and poured it on his head. Me being me, remember, more information the better. I was like, what is this spikenard? What is this stuff? And Heidi kind of talked about it too. She was like, it's essential oil, very, very expensive essential oil. I looked it up. They were calling it nard, which I kept hearing lard every time I heard that. And I was like, why are they pouring lard? But I was like, no, it's nard because it's from the roots of the spikenard plant. And doing some research on it, it is considered an essential oil for those passing, as it guides and aids those going to the other side at the end of their lives. It offers protection and purification for ritual work. It had all this symbolical meaning, but especially it was expensive. So much so that Heidi was saying it could be worth like up to $25,000. Essentially could be the dowry for Mary. So when she pulls this out, it's like, wow, okay, she's really giving the best of the best, but it's not just a little bit, like a drop, it's not like just a cup or so. She pours the whole thing all over Jesus. And in verse 4, we see, and there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? They started scrunching up their noses. Why did you just use the whole container? You could have sold that. Do you know what you just did? And yeah, she did. She realized that she knew what she was doing. But why did no one else really see that? Heidi had a really cool saying about it. You may be making sacrifices no one else understands, following through in a conviction, and onlookers are scoffing. You may be giving God your best when other disciples who should be cheering you on are judging and condemning you. If so, lift up your head. Because while they're getting caught up in something that's actually none of their business in the first place, Jesus sees you. He sees what you're doing. He knows your heart, and he is proud. He is your defender who says, leave her alone. Why criticize her for doing such a good thing to me? She has done what she could, which got to my next point in the scriptures, that actually is the next verses. Jesus saying, let her alone, leave her alone. She hath wrought a good work on me. She hath done what she could. Oh, dang it. Told you guys I was going to cry. So, just the story that I've been going through today. You might think, McKenna, this is really not that big of a deal. Putting out these episodes this week. I was so excited and I've loved it. It really has been so great. But I have been so scared because I don't feel like, as I told Britton, I think at the beginning of the week, I was like, I don't feel learned. That was the best way to put it. I was like, I am not a scriptorium. I want to be so bad. And this is me trying. I want to know Jesus so deeply and personally, but it really is like me reading these stories. Some of them I'm hearing for the first time. And I have been a member my whole life. I just didn't know these things. And honestly, it probably came with time when I was younger. Not that I was never told these things. I didn't pay attention. I didn't liken it to my life. And so I'm here now. But I have felt like I have come to you guys and I'm trying so hard, but there's still that part of me like, oh, am I missing the mark? Following this devotional by Heidi, and she's referred to as Passion Week. And this is a lot of stuff that's new for me. It was brought up, someone I was talking with, and they brought up what I was doing. They're like, so you mean Holy Week, right? Because I've been calling it Passion Week. And I kind of just looked at them and I was like, what? They're like, well, it's called Holy Week. I don't know where you got Passion Week. Oh, and I'm crying right now because I felt so embarrassed. Shouldn't I know this? Everyone refers to this as Holy Week and I'm referring to it as Passion Week. I was just going off Heidi's devotional. So I just thought that's what everyone referred to it as. Oh, did I just start feeling so down about myself? I was like, I'm so stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. Here I am thinking I can share these stories and I have no idea. When I said I'm really like learning with you guys, I mean it. I'm really learning with you guys. I started getting all those voices like, you can't do this. You need to stop. You're making an embarrassment of yourself. You don't even know what this week is called. I was getting ready to sit and do this episode. And again, those feelings are just coming like, I don't know why you're doing this. And then I looked at my scriptures and I just did the study this morning. But I looked to it now and that's all I saw. Oh my goodness. Was that verse that Jesus said about Mary. Leave her alone. She had done what she could do. And I know the person who told me that did not mean that, was not trying to be mean. I just think I'm so fragile right now because I'm just so hyper aware and it just like hit me. So to anyone out there struggling with whatever it is, it could be the biggest thing in the world or the smallest thing in the world. I am right there with you. This is change in my life. Okay. But we move on. We keep going. And I would like to point out, because I just had to, I was like, okay, let's just look. Let's just look online. Why would some people refer to this as Passion Week? And I got two definitions. For Christians, this week leading up to Easter is called Passion Week. Passion literally means suffering and so has a lot of significance in our current situation. That was from dictionary.com. And then from nationaltoday.com, why is Holy Week also called Passion Week? Aside from representing strong emotion, the word passion also stems from the Latin word passio, originally meaning to endure suffering. Therefore, the Passion Week not only represents the strong emotion of Jesus Christ, but also his suffering. So that was a little moment that I needed that I was like, you know what? It's okay. Whew. The emotions of McKenna, you guys. Welcome to it. I'm looking at my notebook. Live for the approval of God, not man. Got it. Okay. We're not going to belittle anyone's spiritual effort. The Lord defends us. He sees our heart, and it's all good. It's starting to get real now. We're getting closer and closer to Good Friday. In this chapter, we actually begin to see the hint of betrayal. In verses 10 through 11, And Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went unto the chief priests to betray him unto them. And when they heard it, they were glad and promised to give him money. And he sought how he might conveniently betray him. What was like the final straw for Judas? I really am just so interested because we know in other accounts, he was the money guy. I mean, if you've also watched The Chosen, they demonstrate that he handled a lot of the finances. He came from finance. Mary, she has the spikenard, which we just said is worth $25,000 at that time. And she, in Judas's eyes, wastes it. I'm sure he could look at him and be like, it's Christ. He doesn't need that. And we know Christ does not need our material things, but it meant so much more to her. And Jesus knew that, but Judas couldn't see that. All he saw was the price tag. All he saw was the logical side. And I think that's super easy to get into that trap, especially today now. We are rampant with logic and we have to have facts and whatnot. Sometimes it's hard to lead by the Spirit. And I think that is what I'm guessing was the last straw for Judas. And I can't wait to see how The Chosen portrays this moment because we're not there yet, but I can't wait. This is a good lesson though. How to love others who hurt you or who offend you, or in this case, who betray you. The very person who helped bring Christ to the cross, Christ was going to die for him still. And that same love, we as his disciples need to be known for that too. How hard is that though? I am with you guys. Sometimes that's so hard, especially when people betray you, especially when they hurt you. We can look to Jesus in this. He was betrayed worst of all. That really is it. He truly understands what you're going through because he did it. He knows it. And this was a really interesting way to take this, but I'm so glad Heidi did. And something I actually just learned from a movie. When you are having a fight with a loved one, yes, people outside of your close circle hurting you, offending you, betraying you, that's hard. But especially ones who are within your inner circle, your close friends, your close family members. So when you're having a fight with a loved one, are you really fighting against them? You're not. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. When you're fighting with your spouse, with your parent, with your siblings, you're fighting the wrong fight. That fight is being fueled by another source. And you trying to prove your point or make sure that they know what they did is wrong, that's not extinguishing anything. Satan is winning while you are doing all the work for him, basically. The movie I was talking about is actually called War Room. One of the main characters actually uses this. And she tells her, you're fighting the wrong fight. You're not fighting against your husband. You're losing that fight, basically, because it's Satan that you need to be fighting against. Satan is trying to have you fight his battles for him, and he just gets to sit back and watch. Don't do that. Fight against Satan. He's the real enemy. And that's what that scripture in Ephesians just said. We're not fighting against flesh, y'all. It is against the powers and the rulers of darkness. I highly recommend War Room, by the way. PureFlix is a Christian streaming service. I think you can get a free trial for 7 days. War Room was on there last time I checked, or you can rent it on Amazon or Apple TV. But anyway, gotta watch it. Okay, back to it. God has every reason to be offended by us. He does. Like, we are not perfect and we probably offend him the most every day. But he made the first move and he gave us his son. Jesus also has every reason to be offended by us. And he's about to make the first move in this story, but we know how it ends, and he did make the first move. He died for us so that we could be forgiven and that we never have to say, I've done all I can. You know what? The ball's in their court. It's their move. No, it's already been done. Christ took care of that for you. It is your move. It is our move to forgive and to love those people who are in our lives. Y'all know a name has come to your mind, and you've probably been trying to shoo it away. I have too. We got to stop. Jesus has given us the ultimate example. And even if you think your situation is different, we are about to watch that greatest betrayal of all time. So just think about that. When you think your situation is worse, Come and read this. The last thing to drive him to a cross was one of his closest friends. Matthew 5:43 through 44, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Don't do the devil's job, y'all. Better yet, let's just put him out of business. Bye. So grateful for you. I hope you can feel my love for you. It means so much to me that you're here, but that you're wanting to strengthen your relationship with Christ, with God. I can tell you it's worth it. I will see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll talk to you then. Bye.